So the card I picked for you today is the Seven of Pentacles. So I wasn't necessarily planning on talking about this card today. It was meant to come into your space because there is something in your life right now that needs you to stop just for a moment and take a look at what you've actually been creating. Because the Seven of Pentacles is often seen as the card of waiting. So you've planted the seeds, you've done the work, and now you're standing there looking at everything and thinking, okay, so when is something actually going to happen? And I think we've all been there, every single one. You've put your time into something, you've put your energy into something. So maybe you've poured your heart into a relationship. Maybe you've been building a business. Maybe you've been working on yourself. Maybe you've been trying to heal. Maybe you've been working towards a dream that nobody else can even see yet. And you looking around thinking, I've been doing all of this. Where are the results? But here's where I think the Seven of Pentacles gets really interesting. Because I don't think this card is simply saying, be patient. I think it's asking you to look at what you've already grown. Sometimes we're so focused on what hasn't happened yet that we completely overlook how far we've actually come. So look at the person you were 6 months ago. Look at the person you were a year ago. Look at the things you used to tolerate that you don't tolerate anymore. Look at the things you were afraid to do that you now do. Look at the boundaries you've created. Look at the choices you've made. Look at the little seeds you've planted. Because not everything grows overnight. And sometimes we're standing there looking at the garden thinking nothing is happening. When actually everything is happening underneath the surface. But there is another side to this card that I really want you to think about. So the Seven of Pentacles doesn't just ask, are you willing to wait? It asks, is this still worth waiting for? Because sometimes we keep investing in something simply because we've already invested so much. More time, more energy, more love, more money, more hope. And the card can come along and say, stop, take a look. Is this actually growing? Is this bringing you closer to the life you want? Or are you just continuing, you're ordering something because you're afraid to admit that it isn't growing anymore? And that's a very different question. So today, wherever you are in your life, have a little look at your own garden. Where are you putting your energy? What are you nurturing? What are you patiently waiting for? And most importantly, guys, what is actually growing? Because maybe you don't need to give up. Maybe you just need to give it more time. Maybe you need to change the way you're nurturing it. Or maybe you're being given permission to stop watering something that was never meant to grow with you. And if the Seven of Pentacles has found you today, perhaps that's the little message here. Don't become so obsessed with a harvest that you forgot to appreciate the garden. Look at what you've already created. Look at how far you've come. And then ask yourself one very simple question. What deserves my energy right now? Because your energy is precious. And where you place it, that's where your life begins to grow. So maybe this card didn't find you by accident today. Maybe it came to remind you to pause, look around, acknowledge your growth, and then decide what you're going to nurture next. That's the message from the Seven of Pentacles today, guys. So guys, be patient with yourself. So if you love this message, if you want more, please follow, like, and share. Go and have yourself a beautiful day. Namaste.